I know it sounds cliche, but I was in Kansas. I was in Topeka, and it was an all-white school, and the teacher said to me, well, we don't get a lot of books about African Americans because we don't have African Americans in our in our school. And I thought, are your kids always going to be here? And I said, well, when your kids leave here and they come to New York City, I don't want my child to be the first black person they ever encounter, because that's going to be way too foreign for them. So why don't we start with the literature? And the same thing is, I think it's important that if your school system is not racially or economically or diverse in terms of gender, that the books still reflect that, because the kids need to meet people unlike themselves and find the place in those people and in the story where they share a common ground, because it's the beginning of the connections that literature is trying to form, that education is trying to form. We're trying to figure out how to connect with people and work together and make a better world. I mean, that's what education is. It's about understanding. It's about overcoming ignorance. It's about overcoming intolerance and, bigotry. And so all of that, the more people know about other people, the less doubt there will be. And so I think that we have to constantly publish books that talk about that. And there's always going to be a need. And they're not so. I think now we have a lot of books and we can use a lot more books, and I think there's a need of getting those books out into the world and people realizing that this book about this gay white boy from California is very valid in my classroom, because I don't want my kids to grow up to beat up this boy. So that kind of stuff is so important. But we still have a lot of issues of censorship, of books getting challenged, of parents thinking they know what the book's about by reading the flap copy and deciding that's enough to not allow their kids to read the book. So we're still living in a time of fear and censorship, which is heartbreaking. But at the same time, the great thing is adolescents are resilient and people are going to find what they need.